No. Sorry.
Hello, everyone. Today, our lunch and learn is going to be on Christmas planning, mostly gifting and cards. Um, yeah, it's a month till Christmas today. Very exciting. And I've tried to collect information that's mostly around small businesses and independent businesses as well. Trying to steer away from Amazon. Yeah. All right, so first of all, we've got greeting cards. These are all websites and a single app where you can customize the cards so you can send them directly to the recipient. So you don't need to either hand them the card or send them over in the mail. I myself use a lot of Papier. It's really cute. Also, TouchNote is an app, and it looks really cool as well. And Moonpig and Funky Pigeon, I believe, are quite popular as well in the UK, and all really good. And I think those have a bit more of like a funny Christmas card vibe. I've got some beautiful examples here. Yeah. All right, so this is just a general kind of slide for like a bit of a master post for sources to find gifts. So one of my favorites is Etsy, because it's basically like a massive market full of independent creators, and you can find pretty much anything there. Like I've bought home decor, including Christmas decorations. I've bought clothes there before. I've bought cards and gifts, jewelry. Um, you can find all kinds of really cool stuff there. And you can filter it really well if you want to, if you have a budget and such. Redbubble is kind of like Etsy, but they have these like centralized factories. So the creators create the designs and then they are made and printed elsewhere. And yeah, you can find really cool t-shirts there. And I looked through it yesterday as well, and they now have like floor pillows, floor cushions, I don't know, and like aprons and literally pretty much anything you want. They have like cool designs for everything. I usually buy my partner a t-shirt for Christmas every year from Redbubble. We'll see if that happens this year, but yeah, it's cool. ASOS, I think everybody probably knows. They have, obviously they have clothes, but they also have massive gift guides around this time of the year. And they have a lot of unique and cool little knickknacks. So I do recommend ASOS for those as well. Bookshop.org is new in England. It's been going in America, I believe, for a while. But it's basically a place that combines a bunch of independent bookshops together. So you can support independent bookshops through online shopping instead of getting books from Amazon and such. You can find, even if you have a specific bookshop in your area that you'd like to support, you can find them on bookshop.org probably. For example, in Brighton, there's I think it's called Little Feminist Bookshop. No, it's just the Feminist Bookshop. And it's on bookshop.org. And yeah, they have these like little collections that they compile together. Some of them are like, for example, the favorites of the people working in the shop and such. It's really cool and it's quite cheap as well, in my opinion. So I do recommend that. Then we've got Oliver Bonas, which is kind of mostly clothes, but they also have loads of gifting items around this time of the year. If you go through their website, there's literally so many things in different price ranges, really cool, unique things. They have a whole section for like gin related gifts. It's very cool. Do have a look around. And then I also put Boots down, as Boots is really good for obviously like cosmetics gifts, and they have those gift sets of like kind of pampering stuff, so body washes and bubble baths and such. Yeah, let's move on. Then I compiled this slide of Black-owned businesses. If you Google, you can find a couple of directories for Black-owned businesses, and that's how I got this information. So it's really important to support Black-owned businesses, and these are all UK-based as well. So I put down Postbooked, which is a book subscription. Book subscriptions have become really popular lately, and Postbooked specifically, it's Black-owned, and they also only send out only books written by authors of color. So that's really cool. And I believe you can kind of choose your subscription package, so you can get like 3-month subscriptions, 6-month subscriptions, and monthly paid subscriptions if you like. Then there's Tahara Smith, which is kind of like a one-stop shop, if you will. They've got clothing, they've got accessories and stationery, and they've got like really bright, bold colors. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. And then we've got Yard and Parish, which is a one-stop shop for little luxuries. So I looked through it, and it seemed that these things could be kind of more like, I guess like kind of high end, but not really, because they weren't that expensive, but they had lots of like really beautiful accessories and homeware and beauty products. Yeah, I know that sometimes it might be hard, for example, to find beauty products for darker skin tones in the UK, so they definitely had a big collection for that. Then there's, I don't know how to say this, Fundiebox, which was a subscription as well, but it's actually a crafts DIY subscription, which to me seemed really cool. It's like really varied kind of crafts every month, so that could be cool for someone who's really crafty. Then there's Prick, which is a succulent shop, and it's online. Yeah, it's the UK's first succulent shop that's entirely dedicated to succulents, and yeah, they have really cute cacti, and I'm planning on getting something from there for this Christmas as well, so have a look. Then there's Self-Made Candle, which has both candles and also candle making kits for the crafty DIY person that you might know. Then we've got a pampering and well-being section. So these are always nice gifts to receive and to give, because especially kind of during the winter, you spend a lot of time inside, and it's nice to have a little pamper. So I've put down weighted blankets, which are really good for anyone with anxiety, because it calms down your nervous system by putting pressure on your body through the weights, and they can be a bit more pricey, so just be aware of that, but I would say they're really worth it. Then of course the classic slippers and loungewear. A lot of people get new pajamas every Christmas. I think that's a lovely thing to do once a year. Lush products, obviously Lush has a massive range of Bath bombs, I think they're mostly known for their bath bombs, but also shower products, hair products, even skincare. They even have like body sprays and perfumes, and they smell really lovely, and they're very sustainable and environmentally friendly. They avoid plastic, and yeah, they're just really beautiful and lovely gifts to get. And you can see on the side, the lower right, the little snow fairy set is a gift set that's £12.50 from Lush, and that's one of their, I think, most popular scents. Then I've put down skincare, and for example, The Ordinary is a really cool black brand that's quite affordable in terms of skincare, which can be really expensive. Then you can also DIY bath salts and bath products. Pinterest is really good for any DIY, so I do recommend Pinterest for that. Etsy also has a big range of mindfulness presents and kind of just any products that are kind of mindful and relaxing and are really good for reflection. So I've put, oh, well, there's a yoga deck on the pictures. That's from Oliver Bonus. But if you search the term mindfulness gift on Etsy, it's really good. There's so much stuff. They've got affirmation cards, they've got mindfulness journals, really good stuff, and you can get it really affordably while supporting small creators. And then I've put down Netflix vouchers as well, because I think most people have Netflix now, but it's really nice to get a month for free or gifted, so that's a good idea as well. Then I've got some stocking fillers here. So some ideas for stockings are gift cards. That's a pretty classic one. Boots gift sets again, which was also in one of the other slides. Yeah, Boots is really good for stocking fillers. They have good deals around this time of the year as well, so have a look. You can also make homemade baked goods. You can see in the picture, I've got a brownie jar. So you can do these jars that are basically, it has all the dry ingredients you need, and then you just attach a recipe to it, and the person who gets it will be able to make the brownies themselves. And it's like a really nice, thoughtful present to give. And yeah, delicious, obviously. And it's cheaper and probably more eco-friendly than getting a bunch of stuff. So yeah. Affirmation cards, which there is an Etsy affirmation card deck on the pictures as well. Yeah, Etsy is really good for that as well. And yeah, affirmation cards are really lovely for anyone. Yeah. Obviously chocolates and sweets tubes. They have those little tubes around Christmas that have like jelly tots and fruit pastels and stuff. And those are really nice to have in your stocking. And the Shop Tiger, or I think it's called Flying Tiger now, they have so many knickknacks, and they're quite inexpensive. So if you can, after lockdown, find your local Tiger and go in safely, please do, because you might find some really cool stuff there. And candles or reed diffusers are really good, especially for students who are not allowed to have candles in their flats. Reed diffusers can be kind of lifesavers because, well, student flats can get a bit of a smell sometimes, can't they? So yeah. Next slide is sustainable gifting. So I've just compiled a few things here. So Beauty Kitchen is an online shop that has low waste beauty products. Really good. Then Worth or Weearth, I'm not really sure. But this place has a lot of low waste and sustainable presents. They have a big range of items. So they have self-care stuff and jewelry and household products and treats and like sweets and stuff. And all their deliveries are carbon neutral, so that's cool. Experience gifts can be really nice as an alternative to items, just because you might end up with a lot of stuff at Christmas that you actually just end up forgetting about and feeling kind of like, oh God, I just got a massive amount of stuff. And yeah, it can be overwhelming. So experience gifts can be really nice. There's like a massive range of things. There's afternoon teas and massages and probably those like airplane jumps. I don't know what they're called. So the price range is also very big. So yeah, be aware of that, but you can find some really cool stuff online for that. Then reusable drinkware and metal and glass straws are really good as well for sustainability. And then there's also a chocolate brand named Tony's Chocolonely. They're really yummy. You can get them at Sainsbury's and a lot of other places, but I usually buy mine from Sainsbury's. So their chocolate is slave-free. If you didn't know, a lot of chocolate actually, unfortunately, comes from slave labor and child labor. So Tony's Chocolonely is really good for a company that's kind of making a change. Then there's also Tala and its sister brand, B_ND. And they have sports fashion, kind of workout gear and workout stuff. And they're sustainable. The company is owned by a YouTuber. Yeah, it's really cool. It's very popular. And Depop is an app where you can sell your own used clothing, secondhand clothing, and buy it as well. So that's really good. Then there's some gifts that are under £20. So you can get these sort of gifts from, for example, this is just a small example, but Prezibox is a good website, as is Not on the High Street. Etsy is good, again, if you filter it and put under 20. There's so much variety. You can find a lot of things really cheap. Oliver Bonus, again, is very, very good. If you filter it under 20, as some of their products might be a bit more pricey. ASOS, again, is really good for unique gifts. And some of them are cheaper as well. You can filter it very efficiently too. And then DIY gifts are obviously cheaper. So you can knit a scarf if you're one of those people who can do that. Or you can make a brownie mix in a jar, like I mentioned before. And then, just a second, yes. So Sainsbury's and Tesco's and all the supermarkets have some really surprising gift options if you go down their Christmas aisles. And yeah, you can find some really cool stuff for cheap. And Boots and Superdrug as well. And then we move on to gift wrap. So because we've become a bit environmentally aware in the past few years, hopefully, we know now that using a lot of plastic just to wrap something in it and throw it away immediately isn't great. It's just not very eco-friendly. So I've got some kind of alternatives for that here. So you can find in nature, there's a lot of evergreens, even in the winter, there's pine trees and stuff that you can find for natural gift toppers. If you can see in my example pictures, they look really nice. Or you can bake gingerbread and add it as a present topper as well. Another thing is that you can, instead of the traditional Christmas wrap, you can use old newspapers. Brown paper is better for the environment as well than the gift wrap with the plasticky glossy top. Fabric wrap is really good. Etsy sells a lot of fabrics for fabric wraps, as does Lush. Lush has a lot of fabric wraps that are really pretty, and those are really good and obviously reusable as well. You can reuse gift bags. YouTube has a lot of tutorials for wrapping if you struggle with it. I know a lot of people do. And if you want to kind of wrap something in a more unique way. And you can find wrapping paper on Etsy, Paperchase, Lagon Design as well. And then I have some sources for presents that you can kind of, that are charitable. So you can donate in somebody's name and kind of do that as a gift. So on Freedom from Torture, you can buy gifts for refugees, which is really good and very much needed. On hearingdogs.org.uk, you can sponsor a hearing dog for a deaf person. So a service dog that helps a deaf person go about their lives. You can also make a donation to Centrepoint UK to support young homeless people in the UK this Christmas. It's a really worthy cause. And on Refuge, the website, they have a couple of different options that you can use to support a woman or a child in their shelters this time of the year. So they have literal gifts. So you can buy, for example, you can buy toys for kids, you can buy books for kids, or you can buy a winter set for a woman. So like scarves and mittens and stuff. That's really important this time of the year. And I believe they also have some cosmetics just to bring some joy into life when obviously there's a lot of hard stuff that they're going through at that time. Or one of my personal favorites, you can adopt a whale or a dolphin. Yeah, it's really cool. You can have, you can be an adoptive parent to a whale. Amazing. Samaritans and Shelter both have website shops where they have a lot of cool stuff, especially Samaritans had a lot of kind of mental wellness gifts that are really nice, and also simultaneously you're supporting the charity to keep running. So that's it from me. I hope everyone has a lovely and safe festive season this year. And we are on Instagram and TikTok, and our handle on both of those is row_CCLs. Does anyone have anything to add or any questions? If not, then that's it from me.